Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fill the beaker with just a little bit of water. I filmed this lab yesterday, so I don't find that super necessary. Alright, so what I'm going to do is now put my chromatography paper up against this beaker. Whoops. Being careful not to touch the paper because I don't want to get my gross, yucky oils on it. And I'm going to mark my spot. Alright. So, I'm going to draw a line across. And that's going to be my... That is going to be my water line. So I'm going to redraw my line here. And that's my water line. Okay. And then I want to have an area above that water line where I'm going to make my markings. I want it above because I don't want my ink to leak into the water. So that is why I am doing that. Alright. So hopefully you can see that. If you can't, I need to fix that somehow. Let's see. It seems to be too bright. So if I shadow it, or a little bit better, I'm going to go turn down the blinds. Alright. No, I'm not. Okay. So, either way, you should be able to see my H2O. Okay? Alright, so now I'm going to make an X. I'm going to make two X's, actually. I'm going to put one X here, put B for black, put an X here for red. I need to actually, so B and R. Okay, I'm going to actually stand this up against my beaker because it's too long. Okay, and so 3/4 of my way up, so let's say this is half, and this is half of half. 3/4 of the way up is going to be my end. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm starting a race. So I'm going to have a race between my black and red marker. So here's my black. Boop. Here's my red. Okay, so they're about the same size dots here. So again, let's go over all the things that are on my list. I've got the water line, the starting line with my B and R. I've got my end line there. Okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that into water, and we're going to have a race to see which one gets to the end line first. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up my camera again this way so that you can watch it. And then I have my Sharpie there. I have my chromatography paper here. And I'm going to place it slowly into the water. Like so. Alright. So my water has already started. So we're going to start our race now. Okay. So that is the William Tell Overture by Rossini. I played that because this is a race between the red and the black dot, but the joke's on me because, this race is not even close to over, but it is what it is. I had fun listening to it, so there's that. I had fun. That's what matters. So now we're just waiting for the water to continue to creep up. There's still plenty of water left. I see it. But make sure you're writing your observations as you go. Where is the dye? What does it look like? How is it traveling? Make as many observations as you possibly can. It's almost there. I'm going to wait for the whole line to saturate. So apparently I drew my line crooked, or my paper is in there crooked. I don't know. But I'm going to wait for my whole line to go through. It's a couple millimeters a second. But I want to make sure that I'm accurate. So, alright, I think I'm good. Okay, so I'm going to change a little bit of the lab here. And don't worry, the chemistry teachers have conferred and agree. So, clearly, water doesn't have a mind to make it stop. So, the end line is actually going to end up being here. Okay? As long as we don't go over the edge, that's fine. So it's good to have that end line drawn here so that, right, because if I have the end line, I'm just trying to make it visible for you all. If I drew my end line here, then it would have gone even further, and then we would have fallen off the page, and that wouldn't be fun. But there is the end line there. So now I need to measure the distance in centimeters, because we're in science here, between my starting line and my end line, which is here. So let me make sure it's visible. Okay, so just a reminder, you want to have all known digits plus an estimate. So you should go to the 100th spot. So your format should be in this format. Okay? Because again, that I know the 10th spot, right? And then my last spot is going to be my estimate. Okay? So now, we've measured the distance from the starting line to the to the end line. Okay? Then we want to measure the distance from the starting line to the center of each spot. So I'm going to move this guy over a little bit. Boop. Alright. So I would say the center of my red would be right about here. So let me move my ruler over. And so, again, knowing your significant figures and how to measure correctly, right? What is the measurement of that dot? Okay? And then I would say the middle of this will be about here. So let me move it over again so you can see it correctly. Okay. So now, let me make sure you see this reading again. You can kind of see that dot there. Okay. Let me try to make that dot a little bit clearer. Okay. Whoops. There you go. So there's that one. Here's this one more time. Okay. So measure with the correct measurements there. So you want your start to finish, start to the middle here, and then start to the end here. Actually, start is here. So, let me make sure I read that right. Right? So, I've actually done it wrong. So, it should be start to finish. So let me make that clear for you. Okay, start to finish. And then you should be able to get that red dot still. Start to the middle of the red. And then start to the middle of the blue. Or actually, this was black, wasn't it? Whoops. There we go. Okay, so record your measurements with the best accuracy you can. Okay. So then you should pause the video here. You should finish the lab. Okay, and then we're moving on to the next part, which I don't know that I have the sheet for. Yes, I do.